Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome to another edition of Pro Wrestling Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, Stardom New Blood number 5 is officially in the books. Let's talk about it. Another good New Blood show, and I can't believe we're already at 5 now. Man, these just keep on rolling in like hotcakes. But let's talk about the matches, how everything went with this New Blood 5 show. So there were 6 matches total. First started off with a singles match. We had Stars Momokogo taking on Just Tap Out's Rhythm. And you know something? I have to say, this was a good match. This was my first time seeing Rhythm wrestle. And you know what? I thought she did good against Momokogo. I mean, it was back and forth. I mean, she even really pushed her limits. And I definitely enjoyed the back and forth action between the two. You know, it had a good mix of, we saw some submissions, we saw some high speed action, saw, some strong style, some strikes here and there. So I think it was a good, clean match. Not really filled with much mistakes. I mean, the pace slowed down a little bit at one point, but I don't think it really costed anything throughout the match. So definitely enjoyed this match from start to finish. And Momokogo gets the victory, defeating Rhythm, hits a fisherman's suplex for the 1-2-3. So congratulations to Momokogo, but I think Rhythm looked good. I think she looked good. This was my first time seeing her wrestle. I think she looked really good. So I would love to see more of her. I'm gonna have to check out Just Tap Out a little more, see if they got some more footage of her. But I thought she looked good. I thought she looked good. So great opening match. Congratulations to the Peach Star Momokogo for getting the victory. Okay, next up we had a tag team match. We had the team of Lady C and Hina, of course from Queen's Quest, taking on Suzu Suzuki and Ancham. I'm not sure where Ancham is from. I know Suzu's prominence. I don't know that much about Ancham. So it's quite an interesting pairing, but you know what? Her and Suzu worked pretty well together. You know what I mean? Worked pretty well together. And, it was good to see Hina in action. I know Hina's been doing school and everything, so she's probably not as available as often as the other members of Queen's Quest. And I think the same thing for Miyu Amasaki as well. But it was good to see her in action. But, I mean, it was obvious of who was going to win this match. But Lady C even had some good moments. I feel like she's been getting better, especially since joining Queen's Quest. But it took a tequila shot from Suzu Suzuki onto Lady C to get the 1-2-3. Suzu and Ancham get the victory. But yeah, love seeing that tequila shot that Suzu Suzuki does. But she pretty much led her team strong to a victory on Stardom New Blood number 5. So had some chemistry. I don't know if Suzu was totally digging Ancham, but hey, had just enough chemistry to lead to a victory. So hey, not to mention the tequila shot is just a cool finisher. Okay, next up we had a trios match. We had the team of Cosmic Angels, Waka Tsukiyama, and Mina Shirakawa, and the tropical pineapple lady, Yuna Mizumori, versus the team of Rina, Ramkaicho, and Linda. Which it was actually cool to see Yuna Mizumori actually do the Cosmic Angels entrance dance. So I thought that was cool. Hey, she nailed it too. I couldn't help but notice. So Linda was able to use that whip throughout the whole match, and the referee didn't really take it from her or anything like that. So that's not a DQ. I guess that's her gimmick. She could just wrestle with a whip. I mean, she even tried to choke out Rossy Ogawa during their entrance with that whip. So it's like, dang, like, I guess that's her gimmick or whatnot. She could just wrestle with a whip. And sure enough, she did not hesitate to use that whip. And she whipped the mess out of Mina Shirakawa, even to the point where it left a big mark on her butt. So she tore up the booty meat of Mina Shirakawa. It was crazy because she had posted on her Twitter and Instagram the mark she got, and I was just like, dang. But yeah, this was this was quite an interesting match. It was a very interesting match. But when it was all said and done, once again, just like the last time Waka Tsukiyama lost to Ram Kaicho, ectoplasm to the face, a roll up, or, pretty much a crucifix. Ram Kaicho pins Waka Tsukiyama the exact same way she did last time they had a match for the victory for her team. You would think Waka wouldn't fall for the same thing again, like back to back. But, I mean, we all knew she was going to eat the pin. I mean, it's Waka Tsukiyama. There's no telling when she's finally going to get that victory, that first victory. There's no telling. But then again, it took Mayu, like, what? I thought it was 9 months, but I think somebody told me 11 months before she finally got her first victory in Stardom, so there's no telling how long it's going to take Waka, but oh well, she was on the receiving end of ectoplasm to the face and got pinned. So Linda, Ram Kaicho, Rina pick up the victory. Okay, next up we had a singles match. We had Mai Sakurai from Donna del Mundo taking on Chanyota. Which, shout outs to Jesse, who sent me a link to a match of Chanyota. Because this was, my second time seeing a match of hers, because I wasn't really that familiar with her. And you know something? I thought Chanyota did pretty good. Thought she did pretty good. It was back and forth. And you know what? I think she did pretty good. And even though Mai Sakurai did get the victory with the Mai Pan roll, it looked like there was some good chemistry, good sportsmanship after the match. I don't know, y'all. Maybe we could see a future pairing of Chanyota and Mai Sakurai to some degree or at some point. It looked like there was definitely something there. But I thought the match was good. I actually thought the match was good. Chanyota, she can do a little something. She can do a little something. But yeah, pretty good match. This next match was really, really interesting. So it was another trios match, but the match itself was really weird, and it had a very weird outcome. So this had the two teams of God's Eye's Tomoka Inaba and Mirai and Diana's Nanami going up against Oedo Tai's Starlight Kid, Ruoka, and who I thought was going to be Haruna Umesaki from Diana ended up emerging as this alter ego named Karma. Completely different look, completely different ring attire. Karma instead of Haruka Umesaki. And they got started quite early, and I love seeing Tomoka Inaba. I love her entrance, one of my favorites so far. But God's Eye, they had a strong showing. Of course, Tomoka Inaba, recently new addition to God's Eye, and Mirai. Mirai's been doing her thing. She's had a strong showing in the 5-star Grand Prix, and remember, she won the Cinderella tournament earlier this year. So overall, this was a good, strong match. Definitely both teams went back and forth. Nanami was showcased pretty well. And sure enough, Karma ended up getting the victory for her team in a crazy fashion with a fireball to the face of Nanami, and then following up with a rear naked choke submission victory. So first it was the fireball to the face, then the submission led to a victory. Now, we know that lately Haruka Umesaki, now Karma in this situation, has teamed up with Oedo Tai the past couple of Stardom New Blood shows. So it seemed like chemistry was being built and it was going to turn to something. And sure enough, we have Karma now. I don't know if this means officially that she's joining Oedo Tai. I don't know. But, I mean, hey, it could become a thing. It could become a thing. Now, a very interesting thing happened as well after this match. Nanami requested if she could join God's Eye. And, you know, Shuri and the rest of the members of God's Eye was there. And Shuri welcomed her to the faction. So now, God's Eye has 6 members. They just acquired Nanami from Diana. Wow, so you got Shuri, the leader, Ami Sourei, Mirai, Tomoka Inaba. They actually have Konami as well. And then now they just added Nanami. Wow. Which I'm pretty sure we'll only see Nanami sparingly. So we might not see her until maybe like the next New Blood or whatnot. Or maybe at a pay-per-view or whatnot. But, I mean, hey. You know, another member for God's Eye. And apparently she's only 16 years old. She's 16 years old. So, a youngin'. But, your newest member of God's Eye. So, wow, that faction is shaping up pretty well. I mean, Tomoka Inaba was a pretty good addition. But, we'll have to see how Nanami does as the newest member of God's Eye. But yeah, quite a turn of events there. And then we had the main event. This was for the Future of Stardom Championship. As the champion, Hanan defends against Ami Sourei of God's Eye. And of course, Ami Sourei rocking some new gear. That's right, she debuted new gear. Looked really good too. I like her new gear. But this was a solid match. I know a lot of people are disappointed, but I felt like this was a solid match. And you know, for what it's worth, it was cool to see that it was the main event of New Blood number 5. Because honestly, I felt like the Future Stardom Championship being defended on Stardom New Blood shows should become a thing now. I think it should become a thing now. So hopefully that continues. But Hanan, Hanan, has been dethroned as Ami Sourei nails the Like a Thunderbolt driver, pins Hanan 1, 2, 3, and becomes the new Stardom Future of Stardom champion. Ami Sourei has done it, and she is now the second member of God's Eye to hold gold. Well, or at least Stardom gold. I mean, Tomoka Inaba has JTO gold, but she doesn't have Stardom gold. But Ami Sourei, second member of God's Eye to hold Stardom gold. Of course, you know, the first one being Shuri. But yeah, So that ends Hanan's reign at 10 title defenses. She now holds the record for most title defenses at 10. And honestly, I don't know if anybody's going to beat that record anytime soon, personally. But you know what? I gotta give it up for Hanan. She had a great title reign. And she was booked very strong in her title defenses. You know what I mean? And they were mainly victories, with, of course, the exception of Tomoka Inaba, which ended in a draw. But, but yeah, Hanan was a very strong Future of Stardom champion. You know, she might not have gotten many wins outside of title defenses, but in her title defenses, she looked very strong. So, gotta give kudos to Hanan for a good title run. But Ami Sourei, she's leveled up, and Ami Sourei has looked pretty dang on strong since debuting in Stardom and since joining God's Eye. So, you know, Ami Sourei, I could see her having a decent run as Future of Stardom champion. So, but yeah, congratulations to Ami Sourei of God's Eye for becoming the new Future of Stardom champion. There's no telling how long she'll have it, but she'll probably have a decent reign. She'll probably have a decent reign. But hey, I can only imagine big things going forward for Hanan. I really do. And I think she's going to be great. Eventually, I think she'll win another piece of gold. Maybe a Artist of Stardom Trios title, maybe tag title, something. But keep an eye out for Hanan. She's had a great Future of Stardom title run, and I think it's only going to get better for her. I really do. But right now, it's Ami Sourei's time. So we'll see how she does as the new champ. But yeah, that is pretty much it. That is pretty much it for Stardom New Blood number 5. Another good show. 6 matches. Very entertaining. I also wanted to point out quick announcement. So they're going to have both of the Stardom side first round matchups for the IWGP Women's Championship Tournament, which will be Mayu Iwatani versus Momo Watanabe and Utami Hayashishita versus Hemeka. To be honest, looking at this tournament, number one, I think Kairi is going to be in the finals because I can see her beating Alpha Female. So I think Kairi is going to be in the finals. As far as between these 4 ladies, it's probably going to end up being either Mayu or Utami in the finals. But Mayu, even though Mayu is the SWA champion, a belt she hasn't defended in a while, I could understand why Mayu could be the first IWGP Women's Champion. I could understand if they pull the trigger on her. She is the icon of Stardom. She's a Grand Slam champion in Stardom. She's pretty much won every belt except the Future of Stardom title, a belt she doesn't need. She's won every tournament that's existed. She's won every type of tournament. She's won a Goddess of Stardom Tag League tournament. She's won a Cinderella tournament. She's won a 5-star Grand Prix. So You know, which, as a matter of fact, I believe she won the Cinderella tournament. I think it was back to back, if I remember correctly. But Mayu has pretty much won every tournament, every type of tournament. Yeah, Mayu Iwatani. Let's review. Mayu Iwatani, a 5-time Artist of Stardom champion, a 2-time Goddess of Stardom champion, 1-time High Speed champion, 2-time Wonder of Stardom champion, 2-time World of Stardom champion, 1-time and current SWA champion. She's won the 5-star Grand Prix once, which was 2018. She's won the Cinderella tournament twice, back to back, 2015, 2016. She won the Goddess of Stardom tag league with Io Shirai in 2015. So I mean, she even won the Wonder of Stardom Championship tournament when they had one. You know, during one of her 2 title reigns. So, and she's the second Grand Slam champion in Stardom history, which I believe the first was Io Shirai. I think the first was Io Shirai. Let me make sure of that. I'm pretty sure the first was Io Shirai. I could be wrong though. Yeah, she was the first. Yeah, Io Shirai. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah, Io Shirai. So, I can honestly understand if Mayu were to win the IWGP Women's Championship tournament and become the first champ. I mean, I could honestly see it, especially if this champion is gonna, you know, be traveling. I mean, because this title is gonna be defended, you know, in Japan as well as internationally. And Mayu Iwatani, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. Now, Momo Watanabe, as cool as it would be, especially being that Momo hasn't won a singles title in a while. I mean, the last time Momo Watanabe held a singles title was the Wonder of Stardom Championship. She won it in 2018, lost it in 2019 to Arisa Hoshiki. So it's been a while. It's been a while. So I can kind of understand why Momo Watanabe could potentially do it. I don't think she will win this tournament, but I would not be mad if she did, because I feel like she's overdue for another singles title run. So I just hope that her coming to Oedo Tai wasn't a downgrade from her. But, you know, she's been Goddess of Stardom champion and current Artist of Stardom champion since coming to Oedo Tai. So we'll see. Hemeka's another one. She has yet to win singles gold in Stardom. So, I mean, the Jumbo Princess winning the title would be great, but I don't think it will happen because of the fact I would really, really want to see Hemeka win a Stardom championship, Stardom singles championship first, like a SWA or Wonder or World of Stardom championship. I mean, at least Momo Watanabe's done that, or at least, you know, the white belt. So, I don't know. That's my only thing with Hemeka. I mean, if she wins the IWGP Women's Championship, great. Great. I will not complain. But something tells me that I could see her winning one of the other singles titles before something like that. And then Utami. I mean, Utami Hayashishita had an incredible World of Stardom Championship run. I mean, hasn't had singles gold since that. So, I mean, Utami winning it makes sense as well. And it opens the door for Utami to come to the States and also, you know, internationally in general. So, I mean, I'd be all for Utami as the first IWGP Women's Championship champion. And then you got to look at Kairi, because like I said, I believe she will defeat Alpha Female. But you got to look at Kairi. I mean, Kairi being that champion, I mean, that makes sense as well. I could totally see Kairi as the first ever IWGP Women's Champion. I could totally see that. Absolutely. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. But I mean, but you know what's really interesting? I just thought about something with Kairi. I just thought about something. Kairi has never won a Cinderella tournament. She has never won a Cinderella tournament. She's won a 5-star Grand Prix, but she's never won a Cinderella tournament. I just thought about that, y'all. We could see Kairi in next year's Cinderella tournament. Think about that. In her Stardom career, she has never won a Cinderella tournament. I don't know, y'all. Something to think about. Something to think about. I'm not saying she necessarily has to win a championship after winning the Cinderella tournament, but don't be surprised if before she's done with Stardom, she wins a Cinderella tournament as early as next year. I'm just saying. But yeah, if I had to pick one out of three, I think Kairi, Mayu, or Utami. I think one of those three will become the inaugural IWGP Women's Champion. So, we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I have for this video. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are on Stardom New Blood number 5. What did you think of the matches? What did you think of the overall card? What did you think of the outcome? What did you think of Ami Sourei becoming the new Future of Stardom champion? What did you think of Nanami being the newest member to join God's Eye? Let me know what your thoughts are. Who is your pick to win the IWGP Women's Championship? Let me know what y'all's thoughts are. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. And thank you so much for watching. For another Pro Wrestling Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed day tomorrow, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace out.